start by disinfecting my hands with some hand sanitizer. Then I'm going to prime my skin with this porefessional. I'm going to concentrate this mostly on my T-zone. I'm going to blend it into my pores so that it can leave a smooth canvas underneath my foundation. Today I'm going to use the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. I'm using the color medium beige number 4. I just dot it all over my face and then blend it out with a damp beauty sponge. This is a full coverage foundation. My skin was a little sensitive because I accidentally mixed benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid right before filming this. So that's why you can see some redness underneath my foundation, but this is really full coverage. So now I'm just highlighting the high points of my face with some concealer, blending it out with the damp beauty sponge again. The concealer I used was the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color Sand. Now I'm going to set all the concealer on my face with this NYC loose powder. This is a translucent powder, and I really like setting my T-zone and all the areas that I concealed with this, especially when using this foundation that's more dewy. I love it because it's full coverage, but I don't like the dewiness, especially with my oily skin. But when I set all my face with the translucent powder, it really does keep my skin matte throughout the day. Okay, moving on to brows. Now I'm going to use my BH Studio Pro Ultimate Brow Palette. I'm going to take the light brown wax color and just apply that over my brows just so that the powder has something to stick on. I like to concentrate most of it to the arch, the upper arch if you can see, because that's where I want to fill it in more and I don't really have hairs up there, so the wax helps the brow powders to actually stick on there. I like to concentrate most of the wax from my arch all the way to my tail, and I use whatever's left over for the beginning of my brow so that the most color is on the end of my brow and not at the beginning, and I do the same with the powders. Then I like to stamp the beginning of my brow with my finger just to pick up excess color and make it look a little more natural. Blend out the powders with a spoolie, and now I'm going to clean up the edges of my brow. I'm going to take this highlighting crayon, pick some up with this little tiny concealer brush. This is from e.l.f. And I'm just going to clean up underneath my brows and drag the concealer down and blend it out with my finger. I don't like it for it to look really harsh. I like for it to look natural. I don't want that super cut eyebrow, you know. I'm basically just cleaning up the powders because obviously powder isn't as precise as a pencil is. And I'm doing the same to the top of my brow, but I'm being super light-handed. I really want this to look natural. So that's the end product, and now we're going to move on to the eyes. So I'm going to use my Urban Decay Vice 3 palette and pick up the color Downfall. This is a warm toned light brown color. This is the only color I'm going to apply into my crease, and of course you do not have to use this color if you do not have this palette. Just grab any light warm toned brown that you have. I'm using a Wet n Wild blending brush to apply this color to my crease. I'm using windshield wiper motions as well as some small circular motions so that it can be nicely blended and so I can reach the intensity that I like. I'm just picking up some more product, and this is the only color we're going to apply into a crease. This is a very simple but very beautiful eye look. So now I'm going to take this Be a Bombshell base color. I can't remember the color, but I'll have it listed down below. And I'm just applying that to my lid with a Wet n Wild flat shader brush. And with a light hand and this small tapered Luxie blending brush, I'm going to smooth out the edges just a little bit before I apply shadow over top. Now I'm going to apply this mellow eyeshadow over top. Again, I'll have the name listed down below. I'm just picking that up with my finger and pressing it on over top of that base, and it looks so pretty and sparkly, very pigmented. Even without the base, it looks pretty pigmented, and I love how it just looks kind of wet. So I'm taking that same little blending brush and just smoothing out the edges and making it blend into my crease color. So now I'm going to use this gold Milani crystallized glitter. It's so appropriate for daytime. It's just the right amount of glitter. It's not super intense in your face glitter, and I love how it looks. Just press that on with my finger over top of my lids, and that's how the eyeshadow looks. It's so simple. I am 100% sure that you can recreate this look. So now I'm just going to apply a little bit of mascara. This is the It Cosmetics Extend Lash or something. I don't know. I have the name listed down below. I'm sorry. I like the formula on this because it's a dry formula and it really curls my eyelashes. I'm going to pick up the light gold shades from this Physicians Formula Vegas Strip Highlight, and I'm using a flat synthetic brush to highlight the bottom of my brows. I'm concentrating again underneath the arch and then blending out whatever color is left on my brush to the rest of the area. Then with the same big fluffy Wet n Wild blending brush we used before, just clean up the edges. Now I'm going to apply my falsies. These are the Ardell Wispies, and I put some duo adhesive on it. You let it get tacky for a little bit. Tacky means where you let it dry and get sticky, and so that when you apply it, it's not super wet and it doesn't slide around when you're trying to place it. I like to use tweezers just for some easier application and more control. I like to apply it to the center of my eye and then work on the inner and outer edges to make it as close to my lashes as possible. I like these eyelashes when I don't have any eyeliner on because they have a clear lash band, so it looks very natural. So now I'm going to take some more of that matte shadow that I applied on my crease with the same little blending brush, and I'm going to just sweep that underneath my eye. Then I'm going to switch to a smaller, denser brush with the same color and apply that closer to my lash line. And using different brushes with the same eyeshadow really does make a difference to the color. So for my waterline, I'm going to apply this nude eyeliner because I want my eyes to look really big and bright. I'm finishing off the eyes by applying some more of that It Cosmetics mascara to my bottom lashes, and then we're going to move on to the face. So now I'm finally dusting off that loose powder that I had on my face baking. I'm dusting it off with this angled flat top kabuki brush that I got from BH Cosmetics. I'm not sure what the number is, but I'll have it listed down below. So for the rest of my face where I didn't put that baking powder, I'm going to get my Neutrogena Shine Control Powder and set my foundation because, like I said, this is a dewy foundation. I have oily skin, so I want to control the shine. Now I'm using this little e.l.f. bronzing palette to bronze out my face, and I'm applying this in my contour areas, which is my cheekbones, my temples, forehead, and my chin. So now I'm switching to the contouring e.l.f. palette. I'm going to take the cool tone brown shade and a small angled brush. This one is smaller than the one that I used before to bronze up. So this is going to fit really nicely right underneath my bone, my cheekbone. And I'm going to focus this only about 3 inches from my ear down my cheekbone because I want it to look like natural shadows on my face to make my cheekbones look a little bit more pronounced. Then I go back to the bigger angled brush that I bronzed with to blend it out. I'm going to go back to the bronzing e.l.f. palette with a small angled brush. This angled brush is also from BH. All these BH brushes that I'm using came from a kit that I will link down below. So I'm going to contour my nose. I'm going to drag the color on the sides of my bridge, making it look slimmer, and I'm going to connect it up into my crease, up to my eyebrow kinda. To make it look as natural as possible. Then I'm going in with a flat, this is kind of like a concealer brush. I'm going to go in with the same color and I'm going to be contouring my nostrils. This is also going to help my nose contour look more natural. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of a fluffy brush to blend out the lines so it doesn't look so fake. Using the same Physician Formula highlight that we used earlier, I'm going to I'm going to highlight the tip of my nose and a little bit on the bridge too. again to make the attention go to the bridge and make the nose look slimmer. So now I'm going to take a fan brush. This is also from BH but from a different collection. I'll link both of them below. And I'm going to just highlight my cheekbones. I don't like to highlight my forehead or anything else, just pretty much my cheekbones and my nose. So with a very small flat shader brush, I'm going to pick up the gold colors and I'm going to apply a whole lot of this to my inner corners because I really wanted it to be bright and gold there. I loved how it looked. For blush today, I'm going to use this Maybelline Fit Me Medium Coral Blush. It's very subtle and that's what I wanted. It just gives a little bit of a peachiness to the skin. For lips, I'm going to use this NYX Cosmetics lipstick. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name. I think it's called Mason. Then I'm going to apply this lip cream over top. I'm not sure what this one's called either. It might be London. I don't know. I'll have the product names listed down below. I'm sorry, I don't have them with me right now. But this is a matte color, so I just applied this on top, overlined my lips a little bit. And it looks wet right now, but it will dry and look matte. And that completes the look. This is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate if you give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you don't lose me and you'll always be updated with my future uploads. I love you guys. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.